next is when did you fall in love with writing or with comic books?
Oh, great question. I started falling in love with writing at the age of, I would say it was like about 7 years old. I always tell people that my mom hated violence in my house. She hated anything that had blood in it. So while everybody else was watching Terminator or anything like that, me and my brother, we was watching Never Ending Story. So we was coming to school
Yes.
talking about fantasy, and cats was like, "Yo, what are you talking about? You ain't see Terminator? You ain't see Terminator 2? You ain't see?" We like, "Nah, what's that? What's that?" So
Yeah, too much bloody gore.
yeah, Miles wasn't having that. So
I
that's
got
all we
you.
do. Fantasy was all we do, and I just remember that like at night I would go to sleep. See, I grew up in Philly, and
Okay.
so we had alleyways in the back, and I even as a kid, I would envision like me escaping out the back in the alley, and it being like some battle with some orgs or something, stuff from a fantasy world. That's how I grew. I didn't know no better. You feel me? So
Yeah.
that's where it started. I said, well, at least it gave me an imagination, and I wanted to be able to give that back to a kid so they had something to believe in when they was going through something.
I really love that part. But yeah, my next question is next step comics and Pepper Piper Monster Hunter. How did you come about that name?
So the funny thing is I remember I was in my room and I was trying to figure out what I was going to write next. I knew it was something that had to be about a girl because one thing I appreciate about anime is they always don't have a problem with giving a female strength and power. And I just wanted to be able to bring that to our community because I didn't
Mhm.
feel like it was something that we saw a lot of. And I was like, all right, well, I want to do something based on fantasy. So I was like, all right, well, what hasn't been done before? And I started thinking about the Pied Piper, and I was like, I bet you I could take that and work with it. And I was like, all right, so the Piper, the Pied Piper, where can we go? And then all of a sudden, the name Pepper just like clicked in my head, and I was like, Pepper Piper. And at first, originally, she was just a witch hunter. That's all she did. She just hunted witches. And I was watching some TV one day, and I saw something that was like Monster Hunter, and I was like, "Oh, that's clever, Pepper Piper Monster Hunter," and it just stuck. Like it just literally came together, piece by piece, and that was like the start of everything. I was like, "All right, I got something now. Like I'm ready to rock," and from there, I just started writing and writing and writing and writing.
You have I'm good with those captivating stuff. I just like to come up with titles. I'm very fan of Stan Lee, how he did the Peter Parker, and he had a lot of alliteration in his
Hmm.
stuff. Even back to the Bugs Bunny days, they did a lot of that. The Donald Duck, the you
Hmm.
never really realize how much it works on your brain, especially when you're or that younger demographic. So those kind of word plays are often interjected to my stuff, you know what I'm saying to you?
They
So
stick with
that's
you.
what really
They
taught me.
stick
So
with you.
those little lines, they matter, you know what I'm saying? You to
Hmm.
at least bring them in so you can show them what you got. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Yes. And another one that I'm a big thing of is acronyms. Because my first title is race, racially altered criminal entities. So I have a big thing on race. So when I seen you had Who, the Witch Hunters organization, that further piqued my interest. So tell us about your flagship title. Introduce us into the world of the Who and Pepper Piper.
So, Pepper Piper Monster Hunter is a series that that takes place 600 years ago, where there was a battle between man and all wicked beings of that time period, which were vampires, witches, werewolves, you name it. And this war against the wicked, in which they were called, was known as the Wicked War. And man almost lost that war that day, but there was a strange man that stepped onto the battlefield called the Pied Piper, which is known as, who changed the fate of the world as we know it by playing a very magical instrument that caused an unseen change within the battle that saved man for years to come. Now, after that battle, in order to keep man protected, that Pied Piper created an organization which is known as Who, or better known as the Witch Hunters Organization. And that Witch Hunters organization has continued to fight against the wicked for years and years and years, always utilizing a Pied Piper as their lead hero within their organization, and that's what they're known as. But within that time, the organization has grown and has spawned out. So there are six other organizations, along with Who, that are all underneath one umbrella. And that group can be found and located, or should I say, the seven different organizations can be found in every major city around the world.
Mm. So, okay, so in this universe, so they're basically like the guardians. They're the overseers in
Absolutely.
this
So whenever
organization.
there's yeah, so the way it works is like who each organization covers a different threat. So who is the witch hunter organization? However, there are six other organizations. There's the and organization, the what organization. So you can kind of see where we're going with this. It's who,
I
what,
love
when,
it.
where, why, and how. Each one has a different acronym for a
Nice,
different protection
nice.
that they
My
provide.
kind of style. That's what I want
Mhm.
to. Amazing, amazing. I see where you're going. I'm just loving it, man. I see where it's going already. And
Yeah,
she's the basically the protagonist. She's the Piper. That's why
she's
it's
a
the
piper. Yeah,
hence you get
so
the word Pepper Piper.
absolutely. So the WHO
Okay.
has always been known as the strongest organization because they hold and have been known for years to hold the Piper. And again, the thing that keeps the
Mm.
witches, the vampires, and the werewolves at bay is the fear that each Piper will continue to have this power, which we call fables, which help them change the war. So every time there's a new Piper born, they're immediately brought into WHO and they're trained. And from that point forward, they go out on missions to take out any of the threats that might be out there. But the biggest threat, which is all the different witches, or as we call them, all the different clans coming together, which keeps them at bay, is the fear that that Piper will use that power again. Now, the one thing that changed the course of the story as we know it is the last Pied Piper went missing. And when the last Pied
Mhm.
Piper went missing, the monsters began to think, okay, well, if the Pied Piper is missing and gone, now we got a shot. Like it's our time. We can come back, get the
Come
clans
back and
together. It's
shine.
it's time.
When the cat's
Right.
away,
It's
the
it's
mice
it's
don't
go
play.
time.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But what they didn't know is she actually left the organization because she was pregnant with Pepper and she didn't want Pepper to follow into the same
Mm.
thing that she had to.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, her mother was found by a group of witches and she was murdered. But the one thing that they didn't know was that Pepper was still in the room and alive and well. So once Who found out that the Piper was alive and found out that she had a daughter, they immediately found Pepper and put her in a train, and since then she's been under their protection and guardianship in order to stabilize the fate of the world as it should be. But there are a lot of monsters that don't truly believe that she is a Piper, so they're still
Yeah.
building their ranks, they're still gathering their people because they're just there in their eyes. The last Piper died, they don't think there's another one.
Yeah, yeah. She don't know who she is. She has to become who she is. I'm excited already, baby. Well, how many issues are we on right now, bro? Because you got me on the backstory. She's the
So
chosen. I
there's
was like,
three.
okay, it's okay.
Well, what's really dope is that I was trying to play the long wait game because a lot of people were like, "Well, what's this power? What's this power?" So I got tired of people asking because I was like, "Look, the people want to know, and they should know." So we released
Yeah.
like two videos that talked about one of her powers, which is called the voice of everything, and that's
Mm.
something that even Gojo can't play with. And the second power she has, which is the power that the first Pied Piper uses, called the sound of everything. And the sound of everything is pretty much just as you would understand the fable of the Pied Piper. It's when they play their instrument and you pretty much just are hypnotized to whatever suggestion that they give you.
Mm.
So those are her fables, as we call them. That's the power system. And that's the fable that the monsters are afraid that she'll use against them. But what they don't know is that Pepper's fable never came, and no one knows why. So it's almost like a secret thing with Who because they're like, We don't know why she don't have it, but we just have to keep it under wraps because as soon as the monsters find out that she doesn't have it, they're coming for everybody.
Right. Yeah, all right. So you got it in three issues.
Yeah, we have three issues out currently, and then the fourth one is in the works right now. We want to have it out at least no later than I would say September.
September coming on the fourth issue. Who's the artist on these issues so far? With the cover
So
I
our
can see.
artist, he's actually Polish. His name is P.R. Dedelis. He's from Poland, and he's been rocking with me from day one. Excellent artist, man. Somebody that you can just like. I always tell people that the company Next Step is really big on diversity. It's one of the biggest motives of our company, and you know, I won't lie. There was a little fear that sometimes he might draw something. We might have to say, "Hey, can you, throw some of us in there?"
Yeah.
And the work that you see in there,
My
that's
first
all
artist
his.
from the Philippines. He
You
didn't
feel
know what
me?
cornbread looked like. So
You feel me?
at
A
one
lot of
time,
stuff
yeah.
that you see, he is his own doing. He understands that New York City is a place that's full of people of all different walks of life, and he's even done some studying on his own. He'll go on the
Right.
internet. He'll Google the Bronx. He'll Google Brooklyn. He'll
Well, it
Google
shows, bro, because it
Wall
look when
Street.
she was on the train, I'm like, that looked like the other week when I was on the train. Plus, I grew up
Yeah,
seeing the whole evolution of the trade system from the early '80s all the way to now. So I could appreciate it. It just
yeah,
makes me feel like I'm in the '80s again. Like I don't know, she has a punk rock style. I don't know her
mhm,
hairstyle is
yeah,
amazing. I just love his art style. I'm a fan of different styles, and I just feel that his art style just fuses really good with your story of the world that you're building. It just
yeah.
goes hand
And
in hand. So you definitely need to
one thing
keep
I
that.
appreciate I love about him is he's a true artist in the sense that he knows other artists, he studies artists, and he also is brilliant enough to realize why people love the stuff that they do. So I always tell people whenever they ask me about like Pepper, like you said, like you love the way she looks.
Yeah.
Her inspiration is from anything that both PR and me looked at and said, why do people like this? So for instance, Batman, right? When you think
Mm-hmm.
about Batman's iconic outfit, what is it? Gray, black, and yellow, if with the yellow symbol. If you look at Pepper's outfit, gray, black with the symbol, right? Same yellow symbol. So he took little pieces from other comics and was like, what do people love about this? Some people say, well, why is Pepper hair blonde and her eyes green? And and I say, well, what's Goku's second form? Super Saiyan, where his eyes turn green, his hair is yellow. So it's just like her very essence
Little
is a
subtle nuance
contradiction.
of details, yeah.
A little
And
bit
maybe
something
that's
from
what makes
everything that
it.
we love.
Maybe that's what makes it her stand out. But like again, I'm just a lover of certain art styles. Like you can't demand an artist to do a certain style that he's not. That's not that artist. You know what I'm saying? He
Mhm.
would feel forced and he wouldn't be able to do it. So I appreciate artists for whatever styles that they do. It's just that particular style jumped out at me. I haven't seen anything like that. Cause
Yeah,
I know my first title was a superhero title. My next one is Doctor Doolittle Jr. and the Creature Catchers, and that's more Saturday morning cartoon. But when I seen that, it was just so gritty and realistic. It just went well with the title. So my thing is just make sure you keep him.
oh yeah, I'm
That's
trying.
my
Look, man, I'm
main
trying to lock
thing.
him in. I'm trying to lock
Yeah,
him
lock
in.
him in, man. He definitely goes well, man. It's like peanut butter and jelly. Um, growing up, what was your favorite character of all time, fictionally?
Oh man, that's a good question. Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah,
thing. Okay,
that's my
I
boy,
like
man.
it.
Right, that's my
I
ride or
a different
die,
answer
man.
every time.
Yeah, I
Do you see
can't.
that? You see that influence in anything you do?
And Pepper, yeah, like people ask me,
Okay.
I'm saying I always tell people that Pepper is like Deadpool and Yu Yu just kind of married together. Like she's
Okay.
very much like both of them. Yeah,
Okay. You're a Deadpool. You into Deadpool too?
yeah, because she has that Deadpool style. She will break the fourth wall every now and then.
Well, I'm about to
She her
say will
narration.
she be breaking the fourth wall anytime? Because that's always the little no-no in writing. But once it's done well, it's appreciated. You just got to know
Mm,
how to do it. You know what I'm saying, to you? So
yeah,
I will look forward to seeing that. Give us a quick summary of whatever of the other things you've written, or do you have other stuff in the works?
So right now we have the full-length screenplay for a Pepper Piper feature titled Pepper Piper and the Band of Misfits. So we are shopping that around right now. We
Is
also are
that like a
shopping
full
around.
like movie
Oh, full
or
length,
series?
full length,
Okay, full like
yeah.
movie. Okay, okay.
And also a TV series that we're shopping around right now as well. So we are kind
Definitely
of.
see it episodic. Episodic animated would be amazing.
Yeah, we would love that. We would. That's my push. My push is for the anime, because that's the way the series is going is very heavily anime influenced. So there will be a lot of things that you'll see the character do. I can't really, obviously dive into it, but there'll
No,
be.
definitely. That's the biggest thing as creators. We gotta watch what we unleash. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But what you've given me so far is so full of already character development. I
Mhm,
already feel like I know her as a person. That episodic is definitely the way to go. And then
mhm.
the vibration of it, I can see you having a lot of female. What's your demographic of a fan? Is it more female than male? What is it?
Well, see, that's the funny part. Is like, I mean, obviously, the people that are funding are those women created Pepper so that the
Okay.
anime community, people of color, could have the women for the female base could have somebody that they could rock at a con, and they'd be like, "Damn, that's Pep. She bad as fuck." Um,
Okay.
but then there's me, so
Yes.
so there's a couple characters in here, like Idris Kane, who
Mm.
will definitely appeal to the male demographic. And funny enough, issue number 4 is literally like all Idris. So you'll have a chance to see that, like, yeah, like we love Pat, but we want you to also appreciate the other characters are in it so much that we're giving them their own comics that fits into
Gotcha.
everything that Pepper's doing. So I would say
Gotcha. Okay.
so far it's been obviously like female, but I would say
Mm.
like when 4 hits, I think that's going to change dramatically.
No, no, but I definitely see it going in that, and that's a big hole to fill because they consume anime at the same rate and stories, just stories, period.
Oh yeah.
And she looked good, man. You know, Pepper Piper's pretty. Pepper Piper's,
You know,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
yeah, look,
Ain't
you know,
nothing wrong with
I get
pretty.
mad sometimes because there's a picture in the back of the first issue and she's like in a workout outfit, right? And
Yeah.
I get mad sometimes because to me that's like my daughter. You feel me? So when
Yeah,
the
your
bull
little
be drawing in
baby.
certain ways, I be like, "Hey man, hey
And
yo,
she
easy
got
on the
blonde hair
curves."
and
Like,
green eyes, and you don't expect nobody to be like, "Well, damn,
I know I'd be mad
Pepper."
though. I'd be mad, man. He gave her a little too many
Got
curves
on the
sometimes. I'd be
tight.
like,
What? And she got
yeah.
on the drip. Like, come on, son. I think I would holler. You know, I'm a little older, but Pepper kind of
I'd be mad
Pepper
though.
kind
I
of
ain't gonna
hot. I'm
lie. He
intrigued
be
by the
putting them curves
story,
on
but
her. I'd be
well, it's
mad. I'd be
all
like,
good.
damn, yo, chill out on them curves, B. Like, I'm gonna have to see you. I'm gonna fly out the
Hey, you
polar to
look
see you,
getting
bro.
mad
That's
like
my
you
daughter,
firm. You
yeah.
know how old she is? She's not even of age. Like you, like what? She's whatever age I want her to be.
You feel me? Hey, look, but she was supposed to be a baddie though. She is supposed to be a
Yeah,
baddie. I ain't gonna
well,
hold you.
you got that.
Yeah, she's supposed to be
How
a
old is
baddie.
Pepper? How old is
16.
Pepper?
She's 16.
All right. See now it's weird.
Got you.
Now it's
Got you.
weird. I got two daughters. Now it's weird. All right. What's the best and the worst part of this creation process of writing of making comic books?
I would say the
Did
reach
you start out
because
in the comic book medium, or did you start out as far as prose or books? Where did you start?
so I started out in the film industry. To be honest,
Oh,
I
okay,
started off
okay.
as a screenwriter and a director. So
Okay. So
it's a
writing a
big
comic
jump.
script wasn't a crazy evolution. It was just like a
Yeah,
simple.
but definitely demanded my full attention and studying because it's a huge change, man.
Mhm.
And it's easier to keep somebody's attention with just flashing lights and
Okay.
really good camera movements. And in a book, it requires, I would say, twice or even 3 times more work than it would be
Oh
to do a
wow! You know
screenplay.
what? I
Yeah.
always wondered that. You see, you coming from film, I thought it would have been an easier transition than someone who, as per se, was coming from writing prose or novels and then came into this medium. Because when I came in, I didn't write no novel. I just started writing comic books, learning how to write a script. And the first
Hmm.
thing I noticed is that I was a director. Like, you understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I like in it too,
Yeah.
because I gotta envision how they look. I gotta get the dressing down pat. I got, that's costume. I gotta deal with the
Hmm.
lighting. Which angle is the lighting coming in? What mood am I setting in this panel? You know what I'm saying? You as I transition, because I'm telling a story with sequential art. So, and then sometimes I gotta say less to let the art speak more.
Hmm.
That's something you really
Hmm.
gotta learn, because you always, you want to put things into your word bubbles, but it's like, no, the artist is already doing his job of setting the tone or saying certain things that doesn't necessarily need to be vocalized. That's the thing I've been
Hmm.
training on doing, like letting the art breathe, in certain areas. So
Hmm.
that, it comes with it. But I thought it would have been less. So that's interesting to say that you say it's harder at that. But that's what I
Oh
liken
yeah,
it to,
you're
being on the
doing
direction. Yeah.
you're doing more work than you think you are, because like you just said, like that back and forth, if you having respect to work with the artist, that's something that we do all day in film. You got to work with people, not just worried about what you want, worried about how they are also going to add to something. Screenwriting, you only have so much space on a page, right? Like, so you have to make sure that everything that those characters say means something and have like double meanings. It's got to be a lot of context. So you writing that and trying to fit that into that bubble, you know how much that's got to hit, and it's got to speak for that whole panel. So again, you could easily slide into screenwriting with what you've done. But me
Oh, okay.
sliding into your role,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
you're doing a
sometimes
lot
it's
of
just
work.
the
You are.
adjustability. I guess it's a person too. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
you're doing a great job so far, man. That's for
I
sure.
it's hard work. Hard work.
Okay. But anything worthwhile, it's got to be hard, man. And you learn a lot from it. You take away a lot from it too. It gets you more into. I think
Yeah.
with comic books, it gets you more into the world. Like I gotta really know the characters a lot more. I sit with them a lot
Hmm.
more, so I get to really know what they would do in any given situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it becomes easier. The more you know them, no matter what you put them into, you know how they're gonna react because you know them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been
That's the
huge.
hardest
I
part.
I I've been up. This was 3 years in the making before we even released the first one. And that was just me like doing exactly what you said, because that was the one thing that I realized that all of you were doing. I didn't take too much inspiration, to be honest with you, from the big three. I took my inspiration from independent comic writers and artists. Because I just feel like when the money's not there and you really just putting your heart into it, and the work to me is just better. I mean, let DC or Marvel come at me, they can come at me, but I just feel like independent writers are always the best ones, man. Just because they don't have the money behind it doesn't mean they're any less, amazing than the big ones. I just feel like
Man,
it's a
I
lot more
really wish
heart
I
in
had the money, bro. Because I'm telling you, I would be the best scout out here. I would assemble the biggest team, and I put money. Because the things that I see, the potential that it has, I'm wondering who's really doing the scouting on the top. You know what I'm saying? And what are they
it. Yeah.
really looking
Well,
for?
that's all who you know. You know that. It's like it's not
Yeah,
what you know, it's who you know.
definitely.
You
You know
feel
how the
me?
game. Yeah, we all know how the game works. We got to
It's a
deal with
game.
it.
Hmm.
What has to happen for you to say that I made it in this writing and
Oh,
comedy along this journey? What
me
what has
going
to
to
happen for you to say?
me walking in a con and seeing some chick rocking that whole Pepper Piper cosplay, then I would know. Yeah, I got it. That was it. Yeah.
Nice, nice
It ain't the
thinking.
movie.
Nice
Yeah,
thinking.
it ain't the movie. Ain't none of that. It's just seeing some girl walking
Most
and
people
don't even
don't
know
give
me.
me that answer, and the answers they give me, like the one you just gave, I could definitely visualize it. Great answer, great
Yeah.
answer. Just that feeling of seeing somebody embodying what you manifested. That's what I look at it
Hmm.
as. Definitely
That would be
that
everything.
profound.
That's it.
Yes, yes. I definitely see that. And
That would
I
do it
like
for
to end
me.
off all my
That would be it.
Yeah, as soon as you said it, I just visualized it in my head. I was like, yeah, I really, really see what he's saying. What do you think about the proliferation of AI right now?
I'm against it. I'm not even gonna hold you. And being somebody that physically pays my artists out my own pocket, it's a good thing to know that
That's
I'm
the
paying him
part
for
that
the work
hurts.
that he's doing. Yeah, and the thing that you taking money out of his pocket is bothering me, because like you said, he puts his blood, sweat, and tears into this comic. He loves this comic. He stays up late working on this comic. He does the research, and to allow a machine to come in and swoop in and without any emotion, without any love, without any caring
Mhm.
for the thing, that bothers
Mhm.
me heavily. I'm against it. I don't believe in it. Rather it be in film, especially if when it comes to artwork like comics. So I know there's some comic creators out there that do it. I know some children book writers that use AI to do it. But for me particularly, I would never disrespect the work like that.
The
It
process.
just it's something about it that just doesn't sit right.
And to prove your point, I just did the whole fanboying over the art style, and there's no AI engine that would
Yeah.
have gave you the style that that man gave you. Just to show you, like, because Quentin Tarantino said it. He said, "You when you create something, you have to create something big, and then when you get people who specialize in the areas that they specialize, when they come aboard your project, that's when the magic happens." So here you
Hmm.
are with a story. You just put the pad to the pen, and then he came and manifested the art style, and then the visuals appeared. So you had this idea, and then the persons who were specialized in what they do came aboard, and then we got Pepper Piper Martha in the incarnation that we
Hmm.
see it now because of the marriage of the two creatives, you and your artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was dealing with Dream Fury Comics, and they do Keisha Demon Eater, and he was originally doing it in black and white, and then the artist sent it back with just splashes of color, and then the splashes of color just made everything come alive. And it wasn't everywhere; it was just here
Hmm.
and there. But it was just the man, the input of what he put
Hmm.
into it made the outcome just on another level. And it's the same way of the marriage of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. He thought of something,
Yeah.
Kirby spit it out on the paper, and then we got this universe, this billion-dollar universe that we enjoying today. You know what I'm saying to you? What advice would you have for someone just coming in this game trying to bring forth their own stuff or self-publish? Do you have any advice for the up and comers?
Do your homework and do your homework. Know the fan base that you want to reach before you even make the work. So that way you always stay true to that fan base. And I would say the third one would be is learn humility. Like be okay with receiving bad critique. Be okay with making changes. The first issue we had, a Pepper Piper that came out, it was in pink. Like the words was in pink, and I was like, I don't think this is a good look, yo. like I get it, but I don't want to be the dude going down the street on the subway reading a book with that. And I was like, yo, just like follow me on this one. And they were like, nah, it's the pink and the. And then like when they saw it and they was selling the issues, they was like, yeah, we see what you mean. And they fixed it. And as soon as they fixed it, them Jones was moving, and I was like, come on, you gotta follow me here, like, you know what I mean, like, so yeah, it's just like listening to
Perspective.
critique. Yeah. And I mean, that could be, it don't mean you don't always have to follow every critique, but just be willing to be open to it. I was watching a podcast and this girl said, if somebody is willing to critique your work, that enough should give you some type of hope because they're willing to critique the thing you created, which means it's worthy of their time. You feel me? Versus them just being like, nah, it's cool and keeping it moving. Like then you got nothing. They didn't, that's how much they cared about your stuff. Is they didn't even give you nothing. You know what I mean? So
Very
I
true.
would say that was tough when I heard that. And I was like, yo, you right. Like it made me rethink, when somebody says something negative, I just be like, let me hear it. Like let me know. Like, you know what I mean? because you're still giving me
It's
something.
amazing.
You're still talking about
The
my
new
work.
look is amazing. So I'm glad they took that advice because everything looks, all the visuals look like they're where it's supposed to be right now.
I
So it's good that
appreciate
you
that.
went through all of that. It's good to you
Yeah,
got to go through it, man. That's why I do the then and now post, and I made it a thing with my stuff, with where I started and how it's going, because that's really the summation of what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's an
it is.
evolution. You have an idea, and it goes through changes, and you change your mind, and then the story might change, and then the visuals might change accordingly. It's a refinement process. You know what I'm saying to you? Before it becomes what it is. You know
Yeah,
how it's
somebody told me the Walking Dead, they changed their artist like halfway through.
yes. There's lots of stories about just a total revamp, and
Yeah,
then until it finally hit. Yeah, this was the change that we needed, and then it finally took off. It's a
yeah,
refinement process.
yeah.
That's all it is. So I like to end off all my interviews with a quick game. It's called This or That. No right or wrong answer. Just 21 questions of one thing over the next.
All
So
right.
we started out with Sega or Nintendo.
Ooh, Nintendo,
No doubt, no doubt. Xbox or PlayStation.
PlayStation,
All right. Marvel or DC.
Marvel,
Marvel, man. Avengers or X Men.
X Men,
X Men. Thanos or Darkseid.
Thanos,
All right. Manga or comic books. American comic
manga,
manga. All right, all right. I ain't mad at that. A good story is a good story. Frosted Flakes or cornflakes.
Frosted Flakes, Cornflakes,
Yeah, cool. I'm
Cornflakes.
getting older now. I can't take no sugar and no
Nah,
salt.
we can't do
I'm
that.
too old. I like the cornflakes because then I can add what I want, or however I feel on that morning.
That's what my friends
Maybe
used to
I'll
say.
sprinkle some sugar, man. I might
Yeah,
sprinkle
them
some
Frosted
condensed
Flakes, they
milk.
was crack. Frosted Flakes was crack for kids. Let me tell you something.
Definitely. French toast or corn? What I have? Oh, French toast or pancakes?
Pancakes,
Or French toast guy. Pepsi or Coke?
Coke. You said Diet Pepsi?
No, no, I just said Pepsi.
Oh, Pepsi or Coke? Oh, Coke. Yeah, Coke. Go with the Coke.
All right, Batman or Superman?
Damn.
You know who got all
Ooh,
the cool
shit.
toys? It comes to the dark
Batman.
side. You know who got the cool toys?
Batman.
Got
Batman.
all the cool
Batman
toys.
all
That's
day.
why I pick Batman all the time. I mean, he's a
You know why
middle-aged
I said that?
guy's
Batman
dreams,
the
not his
animated
toys.
series did that for me. Batman the animated
Yeah,
series, the original joint did that for
it
me.
was
That
great.
was
I love Batman. DC
yeah,
has the best animation, bro. The best.
he do.
Top tier. Biggie or Tupac?
Biggie.
All right, all right. I'm a Brooklyn guy, so I'm cool with that. Where would you rather live, Wakanda or Asgard?
Damn. Wakanda. Gotta be around my
See,
people.
I go left field. I choose Asgard because I want all those powerful weapons. They come through Asgard. I want Thundercats or Transformers.
Oh, yo, where's this list, yo? Damn. Thundercats.
It'd be
Damn, this is
random.
a
It'd
good
be
list.
random. It's a random 24,
Yeah,
but
that's crazy.
it'd be jumping though.
It is. That's a crazy list. You need to trademark this joint.
Yeah, I try to make it harder. The harder it takes you to get an answer, then I've done my job.
Thundercats. Yeah, Thundercats.
All right, no doubt. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars. Damn, Star Wars.
Star Wars, all right. Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan. MJ all day.
All right. Ferrari or Lamborghini?
Rest in peace. Lamborghini.
Lamborghini, all right. Beer or wine?
Wine, actually.
All right, all right. Joker or Lex Luthor?
Joker.
Jay Z or Nas?
Jay-Z.
Batman. Oh no, I said that one already. And then I got. Oh, the last question is who's the most iconic villain of all time? I'll leave that one as a question.
Damn.
Now, it could be across all fiction. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be comic books. Just fiction in general. Who would you identify as the most
Gosh,
iconic villain?
of all time.
Yeah. And
Um,
my metric would be popularity, not personal preference.
right.
Because
Damn.
it's a pop culture question. So pop culturally, if that's a terminology, like in a popular
Damn.
mainframe
That's
metric,
the best
what would
question
be
I've
the
ever
most
heard.
what would be the most iconic villain that everybody would notice upon viewing? Like, yeah, that's the guy, that's him, that's we all got a story about him. Cause I got an answer, but it's interesting to see what other people's answers are.
I'm gonna have to say. I'm gonna have to say the Joker.
Joker, you think? All right, I think it's Darth Vader. The iconic
Oh,
line, I'm your
oh,
father, Luke," and
oh.
just the way he looks. You don't even have to say his name or nothing. You can put a picture
You're
of
right.
him.
You're
Not to
right.
mention,
Because
I
even
haven't seen
kids
many
know that.
characters duplicate the way that he looks. He was the
You're right.
first one, like the man behind the mask. He wasn't revealed until the whole three-part was done. Not until the prequel did we know who he was,
Yeah.
and not until the end of the sequel did we know who he was. There was so much anticipation, so much incarnations of the story too. So it went through so many generations. I just feel like, yeah, that's got to be the guy. Like,
Nah, you was right.
who?
And like, you know how I know that's true is because if if I took a 4 year old
Yeah.
and took them to a Batman park, they would probably be afraid of the Joker. But I've seen footage of kids that same age at the Star Wars joint, and as soon as Darth Vader come out, they're like running towards him, like they're like pointing at him or trying to hit him with their lightsabers. So you're right,
Yes.
there is no other more iconic villain
Yeah,
than
he's
one that
engaged. You're
even
gonna have to
kids love.
engage with him. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
even a scared. It's an engage. It's like holy
mhm,
shit. It's Darth Vader. Like he's the
yeah,
bad guy. Like I just and he was always epic. He was an epic bad guy too.
he was.
He controlled the force. So I always gave it that answer. But it's interesting to see other people's answer.
Yeah, I was
That's
too
it.
busy thinking like on a smaller
Yeah,
scale. You right. It
yeah.
is.
No,
It is
that's why I
him.
said across all fiction because it could be whatever story. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
bad guy is the bad guy.
That's a
So
great
that's
answer,
it.
though. That's a banging ass answer.
Yeah, that's how I do it right there. Anyway, man, it was thank you for really joining me tonight. I'm gonna take my episodes go on YouTube. They're gonna be on Spotify. I'm also gonna chop up clips, tag you in them if you want to repost. You can repost, but or send people there to see it. It'll be on YouTube and it'll be on Spotify. They just have to look up Indie Creators Assemble, and all the episodes are up there. You'll see Pepper Piper. I'll put some cover art and all of that. Thank you for coming on. Listen, man, I'm telling you right now. I only got guys that I like. So down the line, when I'm able to play back these episodes and show you where these guys are or where they're going or how big they were, you will know that I am the ultimate scout.
Facts.
You gonna go far, brother. Don't stop. The marathon continues. Keep pushing. I see you got the 3 volume there. I'm worth the 4. As soon thing I'm gonna get caught up on the 3 volumes and
Oh, we
read
already
it.
got you. We already got you covered. You showed me
Yeah.
love. So I got 3 issues, all 3 issues coming to you. I'm gonna need an address.
Oh, man.
Don't
All
be
right.
asking for
Listen,
that.
I'm definitely going to promote that. And like I said, it inspired me when I looked over the 10 that it was only top guys that I like and creators that I like and that I believe in. And if I had the money, brother, like if I had a label, like if I was signing, like if I was Def Jam or something, you
Yeah.
definitely be one of the artists I'm putting on the label of things out there. You look at the visuals is great. Keep pushing, man. The marathon continues. Don't stop, my brother. And hopefully I get to
Appreciate
see
you.
you when I finish this book. we'll see each other on the circuit. See you at some comic conventions and all of that. Hopefully, you'll be on the circuit by then. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You wishing you much success, my brother. It was an honor to interview you. And definitely, if you have anything else dropping, whatever, just shoot me. If you want to do a promo run, I'm here for you. All right?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. All
No
love.
doubt, my brother. Blessings. Have a blessed night. All right?
You too.
All right, everybody. Pepper Piper, Monster Hunter. I'm gonna tag him. Go to the page. Go cop that. We got 3 volumes out, and the fourth one on its way. Don't miss it, Bashman Valentine. Thank you for joining us. Next Step Comics in the building. Hear it, because you're gonna be hearing it soon. Take care, guys.